All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're stepping inside the ropes to break down the sweet science of boxing. We're going to strip it all back to the simple, powerful fundamentals that anyone, and I mean anyone, can master. So, you ready to build your foundation from the ground up? Let's go. You know, most people think boxing is all about throwing haymakers with your hands. And yeah, that's part of it, but it's not the most important part. Not even close. The real secret to power, to balance, to speed, it doesn't start in your fists. It starts right down there with your feet. So, let's build that foundation. Seriously, before you even dream of throwing a punch, you have got to lock in your stance. Think of it as your home base, your launch pad. Everything, every punch, every block, every movement, it all comes from here. If you get this right, everything else just falls into place.
Okay, let's break this down. Every single part of this has a reason. Step 1, the foot placement, that's all about balance. You're creating a solid base so you can't be pushed around. Step 2, angling your feet, this is huge. It unlocks your hips, and your hips, well, that's where the real power is hiding. Then you bend your knees, which kind of acts like a suspension system, keeping you springy and ready to move. And finally, the guard. This is your shield. Hands protect the head, elbows tucked in to protect the body. This is where you live in the ring.
Okay, foundation is set. You're balanced, you're protected. Now for the fun stuff. Let's build your arsenal. And look, you don't need 20 different fancy punches. To be a really effective boxer, you just need to master 3 core punches. First up is the jab. And you gotta think of this as your Swiss Army knife. It's not really about knockout power. It's all about control. You're using it to find your range, to blind your opponent, to set the table for your bigger shots. It's a quick, straight line, snap it out, and snap it right back. Next, we have the cross. This is your number 2, your primary power punch. And what you see here is so important. The power does not come from your arm. It's generated from the ground. You pivot on that back foot, you twist that hip and shoulder forward, and you unleash all that kinetic energy straight through your fist. Your whole body becomes a coiled spring, and the cross is the release. That's power. And rounding out our top 3 is the hook. Now, this one can feel a little awkward at first because the jab and cross are straight lines. The hook, it comes from the side. It literally hooks around their defense. And up close, it is absolutely devastating, precisely because it's coming from an angle they just won't see coming. So you can stand, you can punch, great. But a good boxer is never ever a sitting duck. They flow. Movement and defense are just as critical as your offense. It's what turns you from a target into a constantly moving threat. The logic for footwork is actually pretty simple. If you want to move forward, your front foot goes first, then the back foot slides to catch up. Going back, the back foot leads. The one golden rule through all of this, never, ever cross your feet. That way, you're always in your stance, you're always balanced, and you're always ready to go. Now let's talk defense. One of the smoothest moves out there is the roll. Instead of just leaning back from a punch, you're going to bend at your knees and glide your head under it. Kind of like you're drawing a U shape in the air. The real key here is keeping your eyes on your opponent the whole time. You make the miss, and then you pop right back up in the perfect spot to land your own counter shot. All right, now this is where the real magic happens. We've learned the individual notes, right? Now it's time to put them together and make some music. We're gonna start weaving these punches and defensive moves into seamless, powerful combinations. We start with the absolute classic, the bread and butter of boxing, the 1-2. It's a quick jab to get their attention, followed immediately by that powerful cross. Jab, cross, pop, boom. It's simple, it's fast, and it works. Okay, let's add another layer. See, as you pull that cross back to your face, that motion naturally winds you up for a lead hook. So you go jab, cross, hook. You hit them from the front, then bam, you hit them from the side. It keeps them guessing. But what if they punch back at the same time? This is where offense and defense become one. You throw your 1-2 and then you immediately roll because you're anticipating their counterpunch. You attack, then you disappear. And here it is, the whole sentence. You throw your 1-2, you make them miss with the roll, and as you come up from that roll, guess what? You are perfectly loaded up to fire another huge cross. You attack, you defend, and then you counter. That, right there, is the beautiful rhythm of boxing.
Look, you can have the best stance and the sharpest punches in the world, but the real key to unlocking your potential, it isn't just in your muscles, it's up here, it's in your mind. Let's talk about the fighter's mindset.
So what does that really mean? Well, first, consistency is king. Seriously, it's way better to practice for 15 minutes every single day than for 2 hours once a week. Second, you gotta make it fun. If you actually enjoy doing it, you'll want to keep coming back. Third, get out of your own head. Stop overanalyzing every little thing and just start feeling the flow of the movements. And last, be your own biggest fan. Acknowledge your progress, no matter how small. That's how you build real, lasting confidence.
So there you have it. Stance, punches, movement, and mindset. These are the fundamental building blocks of the sweet science. They're simple enough to learn today, but deep enough to spend a lifetime mastering. We've just given you the blueprint. The only question left is, what are you going to build with it?